Then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again. And
that was something, right?
That was something.
I'm sorry, you canceled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love
It
to
doesn't
see that.
work.
I would love to
Yeah,
see that.
again, like I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BattlefieldOne Podcast, the greatest Battlefield-related podcast on the planet. Statistically, we're the greatest. I started using the statistically thing a lot. Now I kind of love it. Statistically, we're the best Battlefield-related podcast on the planet. I'm glad you're joining us for this another succulent episode of us talking about Battlefield. Battlefield 6 is great. Battlefield 6 cured cancer, cured hunger. Actually, you can't cure hunger. You can fix hunger. I don't know. Anyway, Battlefield 6 is so amazing. Everyone is so happy. Everyone's singing Kumbaya songs as we play in the game. So, yeah, Battlefield 6 is great. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Battlefield 6, of course, the multiplayer and so on. My name is Tom, also known as the Lanky Soldier. I'm being joined by Ray Edmunds. How you doing, Ray?
I'm doing all right. I just want to preface everything a little bit right now. Like, Tom is on his third episode of recording for the day, so he's a little loopy.
I'll talk about it in a moment. I'll talk about after the intro. After the intro.
Another nighttime recorded session. So everybody, this is going to be another wild ride, just like last week. It was great last week, wasn't it? Everybody loves last week's episode.
I did mention the last episode is breaking records, right?
Yeah, maybe we should do nighttime recording sessions more often.
I think so, yeah, because it's literally breaking records. I'm talking like literally breaking records. This is one of the biggest episodes we ever did last episode. Anyway, continue. So yeah,
Let
welcome.
us know in the comment section.
Yeah, welcome. So of course we're gonna talk about Battlefield 6, and today for this particular episode we're gonna focus primarily about the multiplayer, not the single player, not something else. Multiplayer only and multiplayer only. So we're gonna talk about that, see how we feel. I have 40 hours in the game already. Ray, how many hours do you have right now?
Oh man, I gotta look up real quick.
Okay, a lot. I guess I know you're level 30 something at this point.
332, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so we've been playing for a week with loads of hours under our belts, and we're gonna talk about the multiplayer.
32.
32. Here we go. That's a good number. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about it, and I'm just not gonna sugarcoat. We're just gonna talk about multiplayer. So thank you guys for joining. And before we continue with our topics, of course, as usual, please check out our primary website, BattlefieldOne.net, where you can learn more about us, learn about the podcast, support us financially, all that kind of stuff, through Patreon, or alternative, you can go patreon.com/TheLankySoldier, and just get all the exclusive content, get early access, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you're going to enjoy the podcast, this episode, and yeah, so check out, everything's in the description, right? All the links and everything, just check out there. That easy. So yeah, let's talk some Battlefield 6, Ray. Okay, so before we continue with the main topics, some announcements. So I'm going on holiday next week. Next week I'm going on holiday. So the next 2 episodes are pre-recorded episodes. So they already recorded, they already semi-edited, and they will be releasing in the next 2 weeks. So if you're a public listener, like if you're listening to us on public feeds, you're gonna get Battlefield 1 episodes just fine. So every Tuesday you're gonna get 2 episodes just fine, as in like one Tuesday and another Tuesday and so on. So 2 episodes, yeah. And it's enough for me to come back, and we can come. I'll be back by the time when season 1 is already up. So I was thinking like, I can record 1, and I'll come back and just play for a day, the season 1 update, and like we can record the same day. But I was thinking, you know what? No, it's not worth it, because I kind of want, if the Battle Royale actually drops with season 1, if it actually drops with season 1. I want to give it like a fair share, I want to play it for a little bit to have proper opinions and proper educated review. I don't know what to call it, educated review or whatever. Like get some info and like impressions and everything properly instead of just me going the first day and just like, oh yeah, this is how I feel, and then the next episode are like, no, actually this is how I feel. Like, I don't want to do that. So I want to give myself some time after the holiday to play a little bit and just to see how the season 1 feels, see how the changes are and everything, because apparently there's some changes happening with season 1, so I kind of want to see what those changes are. I don't want to just jump in and just like talk about it, right? I want to explore. I want to see how the game feels and everything.
I welcome to the Battlefield 1 podcast. I'm the Lanky Soldier. I've read the patch notes. I didn't play it today, so we're going to talk about it.
Exactly. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I hate that. So you can read the patch notes, you can whatever. So I don't want to do that. So I decided, you know what? Let me pre-record 2 episodes. One is about the single player, and for the second one we have a guest. I will not mention who's the guest right now. You're gonna find out when the episode is out. So it was a good recording session. We had a lot of fun recording it, and I'm making the thumbnail right now as we speak. And the thumbnail, if you're on our Discord, you've probably seen the thumbnail. It's quite something. So
it is pretty glorious. I get
it's art. It's cinema. So yeah, it's gonna be a good recording. So and. Single player, yeah, one of the episodes I'm gonna ramble about the single player for an hour, and it's not good. It's
for the record, I still haven't touched it.
So
he told me not to.
Yeah, because
my man in the middle of the week was like, play the fucking dude, play the single player real quick this week. Just burn through it in 4 hours. We'll talk about it on Saturday. And I'm like, for real? Because like my man knows how much I don't like just burning through single player shit. Like, I would probably go through just to get all the Steam achievements and shit real quick, which would take me more time than fucking, like, 3 days would allow me to do. And then, like, the next day, this motherfucker's like, nah, don't do it. It sucks.
Yeah, because I literally have only 3 days, basically, of free time to organize 3 episodes for the next 3 weeks. And I'd message you like, okay, can we do single player review for this week? And then, because I was thinking maybe we can record you and me 2 episodes, like this one and the single player one. But I realized, nah, that's gonna take too fucking much time. So let me just record the single player for myself, by myself, and I'll invite a guest for the second one. We'll talk about Battlefield 6 and all that kind of stuff. So like, that kind of worked out better. So now we have 3 episodes, and this one you're gonna be listening now, and then the other 2 later. It worked out better because also Ray, I don't think you'll be enjoying playing the single player. It's like there's no point for me to force you to play the single player. It's not worth it. It's literally not worth it.
Like I said, I'm probably just gonna. If anything, when I do finally get around to playing it, I'm probably just gonna like just mow through it for the Steam achievements real quick and whatever like pickups or some shit I get out of it, and that's just gonna be it. I'm not gonna go any further into it.
Yeah, exactly. So
the fact that everybody's bashing it so hard right now, like even worse than what Battlefield 4's was, and I actually kind of enjoyed Battlefield 4's campaign, just for the record. But it really is disappointing that, guys, come on.
Okay, without going too much detail about the single player, I'm just going to say that Battlefield 4 established the lore and the stakes and the premise better than this single player for Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 establishes nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm not kidding, Ray. It establishes nothing. But anyway, you should... If you're on Patreon, you're going to listen to that episode early. If you're not on Patreon, just wait for the next Tuesday and you will hear my review basically about the single player. And yeah, that's going to it. So yeah, the next 2 episodes will be pre-recorded, already being edited, because I'm on holiday, can't record while I'm on holiday. Maybe we'll record a Patreon episode while I'm there, maybe, not confirmed. And yeah, I'm just want to let everyone know. So people don't bitch at us like, oh, why you don't cover this? Oh, why not covering the season 1? Why are you not covering the Battle Royale? It's because I'm not.
It's been 3 weeks. Everything's out of date already.
Yeah, it's like I'm not home. That's why. But don't worry, those episodes are good. The ones we recorded are good enough to be entertaining by their own. You don't need news for that. They're really entertaining episodes, and I literally released them both today as I was editing. Fantastic episodes. So,
not to mention, and I'll even point this one out too. Not to mention, this was kind of an unintentional thing too. Like, things need to like cook for a little bit with this game too. Like, they're already starting to make like subtle changes and tweaks and shit. So, us talking about it on a Saturday and it being taken care of, possibly potentially again on a fucking Monday, kind of makes us look stupid. And we want to kind of avoid doing that shit from here on out. I don't like it especially. So I think what we need to do is we'll do big general topics, and when it comes down to starting, it comes down to like some of the ideas and stuff like after like maybe the game is like settled and balanced and the bloom is done and everybody's like not as viciously, horribly, vehemently screeching about the gunplay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Because everybody's got their beef with the gunplay right now.
I mean, for good reasons, if you ask me.
For good reason. I'm not saying no. I'm
Yeah.
not downing that. I mean, for Christ's sake, I hate the fact that an SMG can beat out an assault rifle at range for whatever goddamn reason right now. But I've also used that to my advantage, too. Why not? It's there.
But yeah, so just to end the announcements, whatever, the next like I said, can't speak. The next 2 episodes are pre-recorded, fun, entertaining episodes. So if we're not covering any news in the next episodes, it's because I'm away. But don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on everything. I'll be still online checking everything what's going on. So
But if you
that's
guys
them.
like the discussions and you want
Oh my god, just join our Discord.
Just join the Discord. Yeah.
Join
come
our
hang out
Discord,
with
and
us.
after that, join Patreon so you get to listen to everything early. So that's that.
There you go.
Yeah, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Right, okay. So, let's talk the main topic of this episode. Battlefield 6 multiplayer. Like I said on the intro, I have 45 hours, 40 plus 40 hours, 40 hours. I have 40 hours in this game. Been playing for the last week, since the game came out. You have what? You said 30 something hours.
I am rank 32 at
Yeah.
32 hours, which means I have been getting 1 rank per hour since I've started this game.
Yeah. So, I remember
Tom smirks and smiles as he realizes his rate is slower than mine.
Not that. I haven't played to date, so that's the problem too.
I haven't either, fuckface. So
Oh, okay. Anyway, so,
we're cutting into my time right now.
yeah. So, how are we feeling about the multiplayer a week later? Is there anything changed from our impressions from the first week, from the first episode? Well, first episode.
This week, I mean, you're no stranger to it, and anybody's in the Discord isn't any stranger to it. Like, for 2 nights in a row, I had some shit luck in this fucking game. Just bad. The worst of the worst of this fucking game came out. And in some instances, I understand. Skill issue, I get that. Other instances, it was just fucking, yeah, fuck you. You're not that much younger than I am there, Skippy.
But 3 plus KD, Ray. Okay, anyway, sorry.
We're not going to open that can of worms either. We're going to leave that can of worms out where it fucking belongs, away from us. That being said, just a lot of the bad, a lot of the bad shit that reminded me and like aggravated the shit out of me. But it's stuff that's always been about the game. Spawning in when the game allows you and you're suddenly fucking exploded by a goddamn tank that wasn't there on the map for some fucking reason or had, no indicators or anything of that nature. Spawning in and being spawn trapped by other people who just figured out shit. People spamming lock-on suddenly. An RPG is a one-hit kill in some instances, it seems like.
Speaking of RPGs, they're really fast. As a tank driver, I have to deal with RPGs non-stop now. I'm being abused, and I think I need a restraining order against those engineers, because fuck me.
In a way, the thing is even, and I've even seen it, it doesn't matter sometimes, even if you have somebody who can be on your back and do constant fucking repairs. It almost seems like one of our fans brought it up, mentioned that, you almost need 2 people now in order to keep a vehicle alive. And I see it now. It's fucking ridiculous. The irony about it is there's a lot of people I've seen in chat here as of late too, and I'm not our Discord chat, but fucking game chat, that are just like, well, fucking nothing sucks more in this game than infinitely repairing vehicles. And then you yourself hop in a vehicle and go into combat with her, and nobody shows up and fucking repairs your arse, even though hundreds of infantry will run right past you. And don't shoot the people who are firing off the RPGs. There's a lot of combat fundamentals that people just aren't understanding that would make this game way better and more enjoyable. And when you can tell in servers when people understand it and execute it properly, because they're the ones that get the lasers set up in the strategic positions to cover the field so that anything that fucking moves out of enemy spawn is instantly lasered. Anybody who's done this on Firestorm, you're a fucking genius. I get it. I mean, you pretty much have pinned everybody. Aerial that can actually secure airspace. I mean, infantry that actually takes care of infantry threats against fucking vehicles, because the vehicles really, at the end of the day, should be focusing on other fucking vehicles and not just infantry. I mean, having gunners, people, they gave us a spot to hang off the back of a goddamn tank now. They took away the ability to hold the fucking repair torch, though, I think it seemed.
What?
I think I tried it last night or the other night, and it didn't want to fucking work. It might have just been a bug on my end, but I know I was and I was playing with you, actually. I was hanging off the back of the tank one time, and you tried to run it, and I tried to pull the fucking repair torch out in order to try and repair monkey you, and it just didn't want to come out of my fucking invisible knapsack.
Maybe it's one of those bugs where you're like, oh, I know, it was a bug. You still have the repair tool. It does the same thing with weapons.
It was like my stabby bug that night too.
It happens
where I
with
stabbed
weapons.
a dude to death instead of the takedown, and
happens
when I switched weapons, it was gone.
It happens when you're using the vehicle somehow, a gunner seat or at the back of the tank or something like that. I know, because I remember when I jump out of a vehicle, my gun is for some reason, like, you know, your running animation, you're standing, like, how you hold the gun and everything.
You can,
right.
Yeah.
So when you jump out of the vehicle, there's a bug that lowers the gun, like, I don't know, vertically a little bit down, and it looks like you don't have a gun, but you do see the gun. Like it's it's more.
It
vertical.
puts it at like a this.
Yeah,
almost like a semi-carry rest.
Yeah, for audio listeners, like I'm just basically putting my hands down vertically, so it puts the gun vertically down. So that's a bug that kind of lowers the gun on your screen, but the gun is there. You can shoot and everything just fine. Like you can ADS and everything, but when you run and sprint, it's like lower. So it's a really interesting bug. So maybe
that might not even be a bug, though. I don't know.
You think so? I mean,
it is. If you think about it, the way that the rifle's being held at that point in time, like that is kind of a natural resting position, even though it's weird for a first-person shooter to express that. So I mean, as long as you're still, because I think I remember, like,
clean,
even
though.
with the knife bug that I had, where it was gone too, I think that might have been what was happening too. But because I was laying on my stomach, the game was like, no, I'm laying on my rifle like this. Excuse me, belly down on the fucking pavement. And the only way it was coming up was if I ADS'd, and somehow I was, like, pulling it out. Anyway, it's silly video game logic.
Maybe it's like some sort of old animation that somehow stayed in the game, and you managed to trigger it. Maybe work in progress animation. Maybe that's what they were thinking, to have the original animation, but then decide, you know what, let's go back to the basics, I guess. I don't know, maybe. I don't know, fuck knows. But
it'd be wild if they were varying the basic carry animations.
Maybe.
I mean, as long as the hip fire to ready speed is the same, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it didn't broke anything. Yeah, the way your character is holding the gun is different, but if everything works, ADS is fine, running is fine, and everything just looks, it's just a different animation. So, I don't know. Fuck knows.
That's what makes me wonder if maybe it is like a secondary resting position.
Fuck knows.
Instead of just.
Yeah. So. Okay, so they did. Okay, well, my experiences in the last week, I still enjoy the game a lot. I do want to play the game a lot. Finally managed to do some challenges, those grindy ass challenges. The most important thing. So last episode, I was saying, I want to unlock this camo that you can only get at level 30 with RPK. So I was playing only one assault rifle until I reached level 30 to unlock the RPK, and then played with the RPK to reach level 30 with the RPK so I can unlock that camo, and I finally unlocked that camo. And I predicted it's gonna take me about 40 hours to unlock that camo. Behold, I was actually correct. It took me 40 hours to unlock that fucking camo. So
fucking wild.
I was thinking, because we were doing the math last episode, like, okay, so it took me about 15 hours to reach level 23 or something like that, right? So I need to reach level 30, and then I need to reach level 30 with the RPK when I reach level 30 on my career or my soldier character, whatever. Yeah, and instead it's going to take me about 40 hours in total to get that camo. It took me about, now, like I said, I have 45 hours on the game, and I unlocked it around 40 hours, yeah. So I was kind of correct on my estimations regarding unlocking the camo. But anyway, long story short, I unlocked the camo. the camo looks really good, especially on my scar. It looks fucking fantastic. I don't want that stupid level 50 mastery camo. Get that shit away from me. I don't care. Get that shit away from me. Fucking shit color, grounded, straight to the ground. Bury it. It's garbage. I don't want that. The camo I'm using is very fine and nice. Oh, I even did the single player camo. Finish a single player mission without firing a gun. So like I did one of the easiest missions with the tank, and I did it, and that camo looks nice too. So I have 2 camos that I can maybe put on some weapons, and I can have some fun. Like, okay, my camo looks amazing, and the camo looks amazing in the end screen too, when like you finish top squad and you see like your character with a nice little camo. Like, okay, I achieved my goal. Now I can play the game. But yeah, it took me 40 hours. So I did some challenges on the progression and everything. So they just recently did an update where they increased how much XP you get for match. So apparently you get 10% more XP by ending a match, just by completing a match, and you're gonna get 40% more 40% more experience from doing daily challenges. Apparently they lowered their XP requirement to unlock the attachments for the first 20 levels. So I remember I started using like a new gun. It took me like, I don't know, half an hour to get like 5 levels on the weapon. Okay, that's okay. That's decent. That's fine. And then of course they finally lowered the requirements. Like, when you can start those class challenges, like you have to reach level 23 to do the class. So they lowered that from 10, 15, and 18, I think. So they lowered those two. So they actually reacting to the feedback a week later. So that's good. I'm glad. And they also.
I get what they were getting at with how they wanted the progression in order to be taught to work, because if you look at how like the order that you unlock the weapon attachments, they wanted I think it's the first 20 levels you finally have all of the basic shit with the exception of a suppressor. Actually, I think it's get a suppressor sooner. No,
for the weapon, yeah, 22, 23, 22.
22. Okay,
depends on the weapon.
22.
Yeah, we go on.
Anyway, at 22, you pretty much still have a good basic set of attachments. So what they're figuring is just from that point on, then you're wanting to work towards mastery, and the better versions of these attachments, because you'll have the brighter laser, the better the better under grip attachments, the better ammunitions and shit like that. So I get it, but I do applaud them that they're realizing that the XP drops rate to what the finishing rate of these things was horrible, and decided to go, okay, we need to fix that. And and even Friday night when I played Friday Night Battlefield, I played one of the SMGs, the pistol looking one, and unlocked shit for that quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow, this is way better. And yeah, it's
so much better.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Keep that up. Yes, definitely.
But I'm glad they're reacting to feedback this fast. It puts good feelings into me that, hey, the future is bright for this game. So I want to believe that. They also mentioned they're gonna redo the challenges. They said it's not gonna be fast, but they will redo the challenges. Which basically we're back to Star Wars Battlefront 2 situation again. 6 months later, we're gonna get a new challenges, that they're gonna redesign the challenge system and everything. But until we reach that point, I still have to do those challenges to unlock 3 different assault rifles, by the way. So I already did one. I'm unlocking the second assault rifle because I want to unlock
those people that got the L85A2 are really gonna hate themselves if they rework this.
Well, I'm halfway there.
One is the brutalest one.
I'm halfway there because apparently to even start that mission, you need to kill with a specific assault rifle over 50 meters or something like that, which doesn't sound too bad. But actually, I was already thinking I'd mention something for the pre-recorded episode that we did, but I will be jumping the gun, so I'll not mention that. But anyway, yeah. So it's just these challenges are stupid, actually really stupid. But hey, in 6 months, roughly, I'm just guessing. I don't know what's the timeline, but I know it's not gonna be a quick job. With Star Wars Battlefront, it took them half a year to come up with a new progression system and everything. Sure, they redesigned everything, but I'm pretty sure, but this is the same. This is not a small feat. Well,
they comped people too when they finally got that out too, if I recall correctly. Like there was a lot of like.
I mean, there was it was a smooth transition. I do remember that. It was a smooth transition. It was nothing like, yeah, if you just update the game and everything's like everything you unlocked before stays unlocked. So yeah, there was like some sort of like period that like it worked fine. So this is gonna be the same situation. Granted, I know that it's much easier to change things in this game with this development they have compared to Star Wars Battlefront 2. So maybe it won't take that long, but it's still a really massive undertaking because you have 40 plus guns. Then Season 1 weapons are coming too. Then Season 2, so you'll have more guns and more equipment and everything. Then you'll have to figure out how to put that into challenges and everything, So
at this point, I'm pretty sure they are already, if not have already, addressed the season challenges, because that's coming out. The thing is what to do now. About what now?
Yeah, but
we're in now.
Yeah, the challenges are grindy, but until they're gonna fix it, which is gonna take will be months from now, I still have to do those challenges because. I mean, well, you want me to just sit and wait? I mean, sure, I can, but
I'm going for the XP drops, and that's about it. That's all
I guess. I don't know. Well,
right now. I feel like that's kind of like the thing. In the meantime, I'm just gonna play naturally, because I get where a lot of people are coming from, where it's kind of like they're saying, they're wanting people to play the game a very specific way, and in a way, it breaks a lot of stuff. It breaks a lot of the team play and everything because everybody's so worried about doing this one specific fucking task real quick. The game itself isn't even being played. And if the enemy team or anybody on the enemy team it isn't bothered with the fact that they have to do a challenge right now, they're not caring, so they're actually playing full potential. So what I agree with a lot of people that have said it, and I'll say it myself, the challenges and progression system need to feel something that just naturally fucking happens. The wild, crazy shit needs to be for the wild, crazy unlocks and stuff like that, like the super prestigious stuff. I would understand if stuff like that existed for that reason. But to have this type of progression system for basic stuff, I'm kind of like, ugh. It's too much. I mean, if the values on a lot of these challenges were just halved, it wouldn't be that bad. I wouldn't bitch that much about it, but the way that it is right now, it's like some of these are like headshots over 150 meters. Hey, to tell you, it's not like, unless you're going to exploit it the way some of these people are doing by like getting on a MAV and flying up to 150 meters and just shooting straight down, because I've been tempted to do it just to get it done myself. Do you see what that's encouraging though? Like, yeah. No.
Well, we can move to the next topic. They also addressed about the XP farms that are happening in Portal. So for the last week, in the last 5 days, I would say, they hit a limit. How many servers? Like if you want to make a Portal server right now, you can't, because there's a limit, and like they hit their limit. How many servers they can host? So if you want to make a Portal server, you can't. The limit is hit, and
you can only locally host, and that's it.
I don't think you can't even do that.
No, you can. You can locally host, but you can't do public. You can't do the big stuff.
Can you do locally?
Because that's how I managed in order to get away with playing Tactical Brit's fucking jet map in order to get my controls in order, because I couldn't start my own, and all the ones that were out there were already full, so I locally hosted it and I was able to get away with it. Now that might only work for certain ones. I know only certain ones allow you to publicly host, but yeah, private or local host. Sorry, not public.
Okay.
Local host would work, yeah.
Because in the pre-recorded episode, we talked about it, and as far as we know, you can't host. Like, you can't do it locally.
Some you can, some you can't.
Are you sure it's not up already by any chance? Maybe that's why.
You gotta remember, if you're locally hosting it, that's running on your own machine. You're not.
I don't think you can. But anyway, what the point is, you can't you can't create a new server anymore, because the whole game is the whole Portal section of the game is filled with XP farms and so on. And there's so many people out there I've seen flexing their fucking stats for some reason, I don't know why DICE decided it was a good idea that bots should count towards your fucking stats. People flexing their badges and everything, elite red badges, like, oh, look, level 50 rank and so on. These are my stats. KD, like, 35 plus. I'm like, bitch, shut the...
The 4D chess move would be if DICE did it posthumously and was like, dude, it's fucking obvious to people who do this. Just, do your thing. You know what I mean? World's like, yeah, we don't care if they're XP farming, but it's going to be pretty obvious to the community, and we know how the community tends to react to those things. I mean, for God's sakes, we saw the video of what happened to one of those cheaters who got caught.
The one that was
the dude who was constantly getting pelted with fucking LMG fire and just never ever stopped and just revived and dropped and revived and dropped.
That's funny.
That is the Battlefield community right there. I mean, that is fuck
cheaters,
you.
Yeah, fuck cheaters.
So,
yeah.
I mean, in a way, I'm kind of like, maybe they did this intentionally because, the people who are obviously doing it, they're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And it kind of really does negate the whole argument that everybody throws out there that KD is the most important stat of all, because no, it's not if you can farm it.
Yeah, the stats right now mean jack shit. Literally jack shit now, because I hope they're gonna, you know what, for the sake of healthy competition, I hope they're gonna reset stats with Season 1. I want to believe that. But yeah, it's full of XP farm and everything. That's why I'm not gonna talk about Portal in this episode too much, because I was thinking like, oh, let me join on some Portal servers and everything. You know what? Until they figure out, even though we figured it out back in Battlefield 2042, until they figure out the XP farm situation, I'm not gonna play any Portal games until then. I'm gonna play multiplayer as normal, and when Season 1 drops, and if they fix that, cool. If they haven't, well, I guess I'll just play multiplayer and Battle Royale, assuming Battle Royale is coming in Season 1. I'm not gonna explore Portal much, because Portal has so much potential, but just fix this stuff with the XP farms and stats tracking against bots and everything, fix that, and I'll play Portal and explore everything that Portal has to offer. Because, for example, in pre-production, we were talking about, I'll have to do some stuff for competitive and all that kind of stuff, right? I would love to make a server just to, recreate incursions. Like I already said a couple of months ago, I want to recreate incursions in Battlefield 6 and, the game mode and everything, and just, have fun 5-on-5 game modes and fights and everything, that experience.
One tank that everyone can fight over.
Yeah, well, maybe not that mode, but for example, you internally were talking about we should do some Discord sessions, right, where we all of us gather together and just play together against each other or something like that. I don't know, and yeah, why not just have a 5-on-5 against each other? That would be fucking cool. I would love that, just for the experience, in our own made portal mode and everything. Love that. But
on the same hand, I would do the exact same thing and populate it with bots at the same time, but I don't feel like I should get the same amount of experience points in doing that. If we wanted to be, if 8 of us got together and was like, okay, we could just do one squad versus one squad on a big computer-controlled battlefield and just fuck with shit and just do whatever for that time frame, I'd be fine with that. But if I'm dropping bots like flies in the meantime, it should not count for my KD.
Yeah, it should not.
It shouldn't count for my KD. It shouldn't really count that much for experience.
Yeah, career experience, who gives a shit?
Right, that doesn't really matter. Career experience, it's kind of arbitrary anyway. It always was.
It's just there for the sake of progression, Yeah, but
so I don't mind it that much. Weapons too. I mean,
I don't care.
I can't throw the argument out there that because everything's so grindy, because they're going and they're fixing that, and they fixed that with the rates that you get it in multiplayer. So I can't throw that argument out there that everything's that grindy anymore that you almost need to bot farm. I mean, at launch day, I would have been like, fuck, yeah, I'm considering bot farming some of this shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Now that they've said they're going to rework it and stuff, now, having not done it anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. All right, I'll wait.
I haven't joined any Portal servers whatsoever, because I was literally just playing multiplayer, because that's what makes me go, and I want to play against real players. And if I want to play Portal, it's because I want to play something specific with other players,
Not just that. You've seen some of the shit that is the some of the art that is being made as far as Portal goes.
It's amazing.
That's some of the shit that I'm waiting on too.
Mm-hmm.
like Danny's bridge map when he finally gets that finalized and finished and working. Like, I actually kind of want to like maybe check that out at some point, even though it's probably a goddamn Locker 2.0.
Yeah, there's this guy, I forgot his name, Muthar, whatever. I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yes, like that dude is like got some impressive shit
Anyway,
going on.
he runs Battlefield Portal Twitter account, and the stuff he makes, it's art. It's absolute art. You know,
I can't wait for that shit.
He's
Stuff.
remaking Ziba Tower. Just like
I'd seen that. Yes.
like, but dude, that's fucking awesome. You know,
There's somebody who's making like I think I'm pretty sure I've already seen somebody trying to redo parts of Shanghai. I know I've seen people trying to do God. What was I'm gonna get fucking flamed for forgetting this, but the fucking port map that we got remastered twice as well.
port map, Damo Peak, no?
No.
Oh, sorry, not Damo Peak, Nasha Canals.
That's it, North Canal. Somebody's already rebuilding the fucking storage shed area from that map in Portal.
Yeah.
And this is all impressive. This is the type of stuff I
amazing.
want to check out.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm not going to shit on all of the Portal experiences because right now a lot of the stuff that's going to be out there is just the quick throw out, quick stuff. I'm waiting for the artwork, but at the same time, like the training maps that some people have made that I've looked into and seen, haven't played. Again, I've just looked at what's being tweeted about them and what's being reported about them, and a lot of those seem real interesting. The only one that I have really touched is Tactical Brits aircraft trainer.
Yeah, because you want to change your jet controls.
Yeah, I needed to get my controls set up so I could actually fucking fly. Not that I'm sitting in a menu waiting for a fucking jet in order to spawn. To hope to God that I can get it in order to fly for 5 seconds and figure out if a button configuration is working for me.
Yeah.
So that type of thing is great. I really hope that that type of stuff stays. That helps people get stuff set up. I would argue that hell yeah, we kind of need a little bit more like that for like jet vehicles in general. Would be fucking great. But the fact that I could host it locally and do it by myself was even great. I mean, it was just bots. I didn't have to worry about fucking any other players stealing aircraft. Okay, it didn't matter how many times I crashed an aircraft. I didn't have to worry about it. It was great.
Okay, moving on. More multiplayer review and experiences. UI for this game, the user experience, UI/UX. Such a garbage design. I don't know what they were thinking with this fucking UI for this game. In-game UI, fine. That's fine. That works as it's intended. I never got annoyed by that. In-game UI, fantastic. But outside the game, the menus, the playlists, the everything, just how to customize. For example, last episode I mentioned, oh, Ray, did you check the profile, the everything, right? Like, did you check it? And I said that you can't change the soldier on your profile page.
You can, yeah.
Apparently you can, and the way you
can.
You can. I thought you can't because it's not on that fucking page. I don't know why it's not in that fucking page, but hey, different story for another day. But the way you can do it, you have to go to your loadout, select the class, then click on the left side somewhere on the says loadout, and then you have to go down and press, was it?
Y, I think.
Yeah, why?
Because the way I get it to show up is I click between the two subclass, the custom
like
loadout and the standard loadout, and then the box appears, and then I can set.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And not all the time does it work either.
Showcase
and it doesn't register your new updated guns either if you change that on that class. By the way,
sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So it's all it's fucking buggy. But that's how you do it. That's 4 or 5 clicks, just to do that. It's not supposed to be this fucking difficult. And the whole
but wait a minute. If you want to just jump in a match, it's just 2 clicks, ready to go, right there in front of you. What you want up front?
Not really. If you really listen. Okay, so for example, there's a playlist, right? Let's say close weapon playlist or something like that, right? It's on the right side of the screen, which is like you have to go right. You have to click the arrow to go right. Okay, I go right. All right, I see like the playlist. Okay, I don't want this playlist. Okay, can I go back? All right, how do you think you go back? You don't go back by going left somewhere. You have to go right. There's an arrow there. Yeah, there's an arrow on the right side that lets you go back, basically. And I'm like, who designed this? I saw the developer was like, oh yeah, he's taking like, oh, I would like to hear all your feedback and everything. Listen, I don't want to shit on you. I don't want to shit on developers for like your work and everything. Like, I'm glad you're proud of your work and everything, but like, this UI is so fucking bad. It's bad. I don't like this UI. It's complicated for no fucking reason. Like it's like I thought Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2022 UI was bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is worse. At least Modern Warfare 2 was bad, but it was clear what is going on. I sometimes get confused in this fucking menu, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like, there's for example no screen, for example, to change your badges. You have to go to your profile and then click on that. Like, there's so many convoluted paths to achieve a thing. If you want to achieve something, you have to go through many hoops to do something that the thing you want to do.
It's very fatiguing.
For example, if you go through settings, some people say, oh, my mouse sensitivity or something like that feels weird, right? People discovered that if you go to settings, then you go to uniform aiming or whatever, somewhere under there was a hidden setting that you can click on, and another menu expands, and like just if you disable something, your whole fucking aiming with the mouse feels so much better. I haven't tried it yet because I haven't watched the game, but apparently that's been a thing since like the game came out, and people who could not understand why aiming with the mouse sometimes felt weird is because of that fucking setting, and it's so fucking hidden, like everything.
Oh, uniform aiming, that's been a thing in the game since fucking Battlefield 4.
Yeah, but it's there's another setting underneath it. Like there's hidden underneath the setting if you want.
I think it's like a smoothing setting or something like that. I'll have
something.
To
Yeah, exactly. That was it. So there's menus under menus, and achieved something. You want to change something. My God, you have to go to 3 different tables and everything, and so like this is so bad. Also, why do we have featured, multiplayer, campaign, bulletin, or whatever? Like, what is this? What is this? This menu is so fucking bad. I'm sorry, it's just so fucking bad. I want a brand new menu. This is so horrible. Sure, when your soldiers sitting and waiting for other players, that's fine. I don't mind the visuals. Visuals are fine, but everything else, just the user interface, interacting with the game, like the menu itself, it's so fucking bad. It's just like one of my biggest complaints: progression and the menu. It's just like fucking horrible. I don't know if you feel the same way as me, but I'm really passionate about it, and this is bad. Also, someone...
It's not that I hate it or anything like that, or that I find that it's bad. I just kind of see it for what it is. I mean, it's basically just fucking Netflix's UI at the end of the goddamn day. I mean, that's really what it is. It's the I don't want to say it's the marketed one, but it kind of is in a way. They're kind of like... That the way that everything that's ordered in that, in kind of a way, I could sit here and say, yeah, it kind of feels like this is what they're pushing everybody in order to play, and I agree to some degree with some players who say that as well. I don't really agree with it so much when it comes to some of the people who go on about closed weapons, because I'm not touching that fucking argument.
I just give up. I don't care. I refuse to talk about it.
It is clearly not designed efficiently so you could find what you want. I mean, hell, it took me like a couple of minutes just to figure out how to search for just fucking rush, because there's no button to just play rush. It's attack and defend. And most of the time when I hit attack and defend, I'm fucking playing breakthrough. I didn't want to fucking play breakthrough. I wanted to play rush. Give me a button to just let me play rush.
You know what? You know what's funny? At one point, was it like 2 days ago, something like that, I really want to play Domination or King of the Hill because I want to finish the stupid challenge, because I need to win three games in King of the Hill. I have 2. Could not find the fucking menu or list or whatever, or playlist, I don't know what. Could not find it to play Domination or King of the Hill. Could not find it. It was only TDM and Squad TDM, like in one of the places. I'm like, fuck that. Oh, speaking of. So I had the displeasure to play TDM on this fucking game. Abysmal. I thought Breakthrough Myrick Valley attacking side was bad. TDM on this game, abysmal. Especially the Empire State map. cluttered, big, no spawns are weird. It's just stupid. I don't want to play this ever. I refuse. If I ever see that map again on TDM, I quit. I'll just quit. It's a horrible experience. But again, TDM, who gives a damn? But yeah, who cares about the TDM and everything? But yeah, I have a disclosure too.
There are people who play TDM. We can't. I mean, if nobody played it, then it wouldn't fucking be there, and it would be nothing but bots. To be real with that. Those are truly for the modes that nobody really cares about. If you're constantly trying to play a mode and it's full of bots, then that's truly you're in a minority as far as what.
Well, thank fuck the bots can actually refill the fucking server, so someone can do something. But yeah, TDM on this freaking game, oh my god, it's horrible. The maps are not designed for that. They have no flow whatsoever. It's horrible.
It feels like it was an afterthought.
It was.
Again.
It's literally an afterthought. It was just there for the sake of being there.
That being said, escalation. Oh.
You know what?
Oh, baby.
You know what? Ray?
Oh.
Ray, I'm a believer.
Oh.
Escalation is good.
Oh, baby. It is toppled Conquest now for me. I'm like, I don't even want to fucking play Conquest. Escalation is the shit.
I switch between both of them just because if I really want to main the vehicle, I play Conquest. If I want to a nice little Battlefield experience, I play Escalation. Because you don't play as vehicles at the start of the match. You stay, infantry. And you have
it's just how many, till things start getting captured, and then it's like it escalates how much you can
exactly,
have.
Yeah. I'm a believer, Ray. Escalation is really good. It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I still believe that every time a team scores a point, I think the flag control should reset. Remove the flags, but I think they should reset to the neutral states. In my opinion.
I would say, man, I don't know about that. My thing is I don't like the fact that you can still lose even if you are actively taking the two flags that when you finally do take would stop them from scoring, because once you start, I feel like at a certain, if the flag becomes neutralized, then their scoring should stop. It shouldn't be that their scoring doesn't kick in until you capture the flag, is what it feels like is what's going on. So that's allowed to happen.
I need to test that. It's not that clear.
We really should. We need to look at that, because if that's the case, then there's a lot of matches that have been wound up being really fucking close that have ended kind of unfairly, and I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, I need to test that.
It really sucks.
Yeah, I actually need to test that. I actually need to test how Conquest scoring also works. Go back to BattlefieldOne days and see how the scoring works, because something about it is kind of weird, but I'm not sure. But when it comes to the actual feel, how the game feels and everything, the idea how the game works, Escalation is fantastic. I'm actually a believer, and I have loads of. I'm glad it's kind of becoming somewhat fan favorite game mode at this point, which I'm kind of glad. I was not sure Escalation might do well. I was thinking, it's going to be just another throwaway game mode. But no, it's actually good, and a lot of people enjoy it and play a lot. And I'm becoming a believer. I Conquest and Escalation are my most played game modes in the last week. I think Domination as third. We played Rush for a little bit together. Rush is good as usual, sure, the maps and everything, whatever, but because Rush is 12-on-12, that's a different experience, and I really enjoy Rush when it's 12-on-12, because it's always been like that. Rush has always been a 12-on-12 experience, and I really enjoy that. Even a horrible map can make this really good, as long as you can control what you're doing in a match. It's not like Breakthrough, but we played Breakthrough together, all of us three in the squad. Ray, I'm sorry, Breakthrough is fucking garbage. It's always been. I'm sorry, it just is. I don't enjoy Breakthrough.
I wish it would be better than what it is. I mean, I don't mind it so much, personally speaking.
Actually, wait.
If you compare it to Rush, Rush is still superior.
Yeah, of course. He will.
Breakthrough is supposed to just be Rush without the M-coms.
Okay,
That's
wait.
really all it is if you think about it.
Rush always will be superior in my eyes. But what's your opinion about Breakthrough? Because you enjoy Breakthrough more than me. So me saying Breakthrough it doesn't.
There are some maps that are just absolute trash when it comes to playing Breakthrough. So I'm not saying that oh God, there which one? When there was ones that you and I played where it's the end flags are defending at that fucking giant ass hill. It was a peak map. Iberian Peak.
No, sorry. What was it? Liberation Peak or whatever.
That's it.
The mountain map. The mountain
yeah,
map.
that one. The one where the sniper glint meme was born.
Oh yeah.
There is that last set of flags as an attacker is fucking impossible unless you're able to just like storm quick. Otherwise, that whole area there, like I think like that needs to just like. No, those objectives needs to go bye-bye, and we kind of need to just like figure out how to maybe like either stick another pair somewhere else on that fucking map or do something else because that does not work. I think it doesn't really have that problem in Rush because again, less infantry, it's just not that big of a problem. That map is actually pretty decent as far as Rush goes. But on Breakthrough, it's trash.
Yeah, also, I did want to say that on Rush, it works really well.
It's a great map.
I said in the beta. In the beta, it worked well. It works well in the full game. Rush is amazing on this map. Breakthrough? Nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
And there's some maps where it's impossible, even as attackers, just to get through the first set of objectives. But there's a couple of Rush maps that are like that too. So I mean, I think that's kind of like the quirks of the game mode. Like, there are people who just like the concept of just capturing the flag and being done with it and trying to hold it as a team, as opposed to getting everybody there, one person gets lucky, hits the detonator, and you just defend it long enough for it to explode and move on to the next one. I think Breakthrough is for those people who just like that slightly slower pace to the game, and I get it. That's why between the two, I don't mind playing them. But if I had a choice at the end of the day, I mean, it would literally be, fucking Escalation, Rush, and then Conquest. I know that's going to hurt some people's feelings, but I don't care.
I mean, I get. Oh my
Conquest just isn't what it was in a lot of these maps. I'm not going to lie. It's.
I do have to ask.
It feels like these maps were made with other modes now, and Conquest is kind of just like, in some ways, taking a bit of a backseat. I mean, especially with. Well, I mean, I haven't really. Again, I can't say that much because I played post-patch last night.
I have to ask, how do you feel about Operation Firestone now? After playing for a little bit.
It feels smaller, but for some fucking reason, it still feels empty.
I told you.
And it is smaller. Westy pointed that out. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It is smaller.
I told you.
The open area has condensed. Now, the airspace hasn't that much. I've noticed that. The airspace itself hasn't condensed, but the actual running spaces is like you got like a couple of meters between the fucking northern fuel tanks and the edge of the map. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That used to be a really big flanking route you could take back in the day, is hit that desert and just haul ass. I mean, you still kind of have that pass now, but in a way now it's a choke point. What's going to happen? People are going to sit up on the fucking tanks and like keep mining the fucking pass. Now it's a choke point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Firestone was never that good.
Never the best map.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest. The Firestone was never that good, but it became a classic for many reasons. And honestly, the way I feel about Firestone is like, I don't hate it. I think I feel the same way as I felt back in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. It's like, it's just, it's just wherever. It's just there. It's wherever. So I don't feel like I don't have.
I would argue in this game, and I don't wonder how many people would feel about this. I would argue instead of Firestorm, we should have got Caspian Border.
And another some people say Striker Karkand.
I mean, yeah.
I think the reason why Striker Karkand would not be included is because we already have urban city maps.
Right, there's enough of those.
Yeah, so I think we just need variety, that's why.
Well, God, even Parasail Storm would have been great, but we don't have boats.
Yet. Actually, wait, speaking, like, what kind of maps you would like to see in Battlefield 6, actually? We know.
I really do want to see this game dip its toes in the naval warfare. I really,
that's coming.
In a way,
I'm kind of
wanting to be like, all right, let's see if you guys finally got carrier strike figured out. Because if they get carrier strike right, oh boy, oh mama,
I
baby.
I will allow them to actually try carry assault again, like and improve some stuff about the game mode.
Yes.
Make it like some sort of escalation type of like something. But anyway, yeah, like what? So I'm guessing you're just going for like naval maps that for the future we'd like to see.
Because, I mean, well, think about it. Anything else that I could sit here and say and think of, Portal's probably going to wind up doing it.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So really, realistically speaking, DICE has kind of put themselves in a bit of a corner as far as what they can add. So the only thing they can really add is basically game mechanics and separate vehicle types and things of that nature. So I feel the best course of action would be like, okay, now this month we're going to focus on aerial combat a little bit, or naval combat, stuff like that. I feel like that's what's going to be what their hitches are going to be, and I wouldn't be upset about that. That would make the most sense. That would be the best thing, to be honest. Like, oh fuck, the launch of the game was pretty much just focus on the ground combat and the basic stuff and the infantry. Now you've surpassed and gone through basic training, soldier. Now welcome to the naval combat and the naval arena. Well, now we've got fucking.
Well, welcome to the Kraken, bitch.
But think about it. Like, remember how awesome the battleships were back in BF1? Now imagine that shit nowadays. Like, I would fuck yes.
I have a popular
Give
opinion.
me control of an Iowa class, and I will bear all cannons to the fucking sides. Yes.
I have an unpopular opinion. I did not enjoy the behemoths in Battlefield 1. I
But
enjoyed this.
I'm not talking about the behemoths.
Yeah, I know the ships in the forget the DLC name. What was it?
The smaller ones. The ones
The smaller ones.
You had those, and then you had the smaller dinghies that had the torpedo tubes off the side. Those things are fun
admit,
too.
I did not enjoy it that much. But that's me. Like, that's me. Spectacle was amazing, though. When it comes to spectacle, yeah, let's go. But gameplay-wise, just But that's me. Well, it's like happened in a couple of days. The fucking bloom bug and everything that pisses me off. The until they fix the bug, that pisses me off, because so anyone that doesn't know, there's a bug somehow. I think it's caused by sliding, maybe jumping. Fuck knows, I don't know. But
it's anything from what I understand now that I've kind of read into it a little bit. You told me a little bit more about it. What happens is it's anything that involves changing how the bloom is affected. So sprinting, pretty much damn near anything that you would do outside of just walking around, running.
From what it seems, yeah.
Because if you think about it, like sprinting changes your bloom, sprinting changes your accuracy, so it changes your bloom. So does jumping, vaulting, that changes it, so it gets stuck. And apparently it's not resetting. So apparently what you have to do is just give that old mouse wheel a big old flick and let it spin around 80 fucking times. So you change your gun over 3 times, which to me sounds absurd.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's what I've been doing, because as soon as I learned that the way to reset your bloom is literally just switching weapons like 2-3 times, and that resets it, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, I'll do that, and which I do, and then I see like, okay, my gun shoots straight again, and in which no, I'm not gonna talk, because I in the pre-recorded episode we were talking about bloom, and I said that I can't, like, it kind of gives me impression, because of this bug, I presume because of this bug, it gives me the impression that the suppression actually does something to you, actually affects your aim, which I know it should not, but it kind of feels like it because of this bug. Because I remember I got hit a couple of times, and my fucking aim just went all over the fucking place. And I'm like, does suppression do something over that, or is just the bug that affected me? Like, it's kind of hard to tell. So we'll have to wait for season 1 and see how it goes. But
that's another thing I want to bitch about, as far as like the suppression bit about it. Like, the feedback indicator for where you're being shot at from needs to be a little bit bigger than just that little itty bitty fucking sliver. That is kind of hard to see, especially when there's a lot of shit going on. And if
I'm trying to remember how it looks actually now.
It looks like a little itty bitty diamond that just fucking appears outside of your radio. What it needs to be is like fatten that fucking diamond out a little bit.
Oh, the transparent.
It's just a little itty bitty wisp that appears just outside your crosshair.
Like a water drop.
Yep.
I don't mind it actually. It's fine.
It needs to be a little bit bigger. It needs to stand out a little bit.
Can
more.
you change
just
it in the settings?
little bit?
Maybe?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I personally don't mind it. I kind of was okay with it. It never really, like, it kind of gives me the information that I need. So I never really struggled. I can tell what, it tells me where the fire is coming from. And it's
one of those things that if it doesn't have an option in order to fuck with the settings on it, there probably should be. Because the amount of options I have for my crosshairs is absurd, and I love it.
Yeah, I think it's, true. I think it's a preference thing. That's the thing. I think it's a preference because, for example, back in Battlefield 1 Alpha, back then, like, they had like a 3D notification. I don't know what are these called? Not notifications, hit markers.
No. What it was like.
What are they called?
It was a wider. It was like a wisp again, like they always are. But it was in the center of your screen. It was more towards the outer edges of your screen. And then you had the blurring effect that would come in. But it was a lot more noticeable and a lot easier in order to see. The problem being was everybody complained about how big it was as the result of the suppression. But the thing is you need the feedback in order to...
Battlefield 1?
No, BF1.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
BF1 just had just a little itty bitty wisp that would appear, but it wasn't like faded or ghosty or anything like that.
Okay.
This one goes from like translucent to
Okay, so the reason I mentioned Battlefield 1 Alpha, the Alpha, not the full game, the Alpha, Battlefield 1 Alpha, they tried to experiment with this, with the 3D notifications. So when I say 3D, you actually have like a 3D circle or whatever, showcasing with an arrow and everything, showcasing where the fire is coming from, which was accurate and everything. Sure, but it was so fucking weird and confusing to look at. They changed it to 2D splash, to the 2D screen like we have right now.
Yeah, the rotary.
Yeah. So back then, they tried the 3D one back in Battlefield 1 in the alpha, and people say like, it's a bit weird. It's like kind of confusing and like orientating because you're looking at your screen, right? Like a 2D object, basically. It's you're controlling your character in a 3D environment, but it's a bit different when your HUD literally becomes 3D and it tells you where the shot is coming from. So they changed that to 2D when the game came out. That was for Battlefield 1. So I can imagine they will not want to do the same thing for Battlefield 6, like make it 3D and everything.
No, it doesn't feel like it's like that.
Yeah.
But then again, it's very hard. It's very hard in order to see if it's indicating anything that's going on in front of you. I only really ever catch it against terrain and the backgrounds and shit when I'm getting shot at from behind. The handful of times that I can catch it before I fucking insta die from the TDD.
I'll be honest.
TTD.
Yeah. I'll be honest. For me, it's not a problem. I can see it clear enough, and it's been providing the information that I need, but that's me. But again, I think it's a preference thing.
It also might depend upon how your monitor settings are and shit, too, because, I mean, not everybody has their monitor settings set the exact same way. So, like, that's why I said, like, if it's a thing that has a setting, then cool, I'm bitching about nothing. But if it's a thing that doesn't have a setting, oh my god, it should need a setting, and this whole entire segment was just about nothing. But, while we're on the subject of visual feedback, let's talk the big talk. 3D spotting. Oh my god. Everybody having such a fucking hissy fit over it. It's been a thing since Battlefield 4.
Did I miss something?
Everybody pissing and moaning about, oh my god, I show up on the minimap and I show up as a Dorito under 75 meters when I fire the gun off. Okay, 75 meters, I accept.
Wait. Go back. Explain to the audience what the fuck we're talking about.
Okay, so there is a thing in this game where you are spotted if you fire a weapon that is not suppressed. I'm going to say it again. You will be spotted if you fire a weapon that is not suppressed. If you fire a weapon that is not suppressed. 3D spotted and minimap spotted. At least during the duration while you are firing, and I think for a couple of seconds, or like a millisecond or two after you stop firing. I think I think they've toned it down a little bit because it seems like
it's like half a second.
But it's not that long. It's just long enough for you to show up on the map and for people it's just long enough for you to call attention to yourself, basically. It's just long enough for you to call attention to yourself. So I agree with the people that are like, 75 meters, that's too much. I agree on that front. That's great. But I would argue that at about, depending upon what weapon it is, at about 60 meters in inward, yeah, you're hearing that shit. Anybody who has watched on YouTube videos, gunfire is very distinct even from a range out. So that being said, yes, of course, if you're going in an LMG and you don't have a suppressor on or a flash hider, which even a flash hider shouldn't matter because flash hiders don't do anything about sound, so we're going to take that one off the table, kids. So suppressors only. If you fire a loud weapon, of course people are going to fucking know around about where you are. In this case, you're pinpointed for the sake of a video game, for the sake of the fact that not everybody sits and plays with fucking headphones on in a verbal communication, which is where pin drops and cue spotting come into play for 3D spotting. I have made this argument since it became a thing, and the people who seem to want to just shit on 3D spotting seem to be the people who only fucking play with their friends and only play in verbal communications with their squad mates and don't understand that that is a supplemental communication tool. It is what it is. It's there. Until we live in a world where headphones are 100% forced standards for these first-person shooter games, spotting is a thing. It is a critical thing in Battlefield, especially if you're in armor, because it's great when infantry points out targets and tanks that I should be shooting at. You'd bitch about it when the armor knows where to shoot. You don't bitch about it when the armor knows where to shoot. You don't bitch about it when you're lasering a target, which is essentially spotting in of itself. Three-dimensionally nonetheless. So let's all get off of our horses and understand that 3D spotting is a necessary evil, even if you don't like it. I don't like the entirities of it. I think it's bullshit in some cases, but...
What people don't like about this right now, so to be more specific, it's not the 3D spotting itself, it's that 3D spotting appears above your head, like you're spotted 3D spotted, just because you fired your weapon. Like, okay, the way I see it, when you fire a weapon and you're automatically 3D spotted, I don't think that's a good thing. That's not a good thing. But the weapon is not suppressed, sure. Also, 2, it's not that long. And 3, the visibility in the game is so fucking shit right now.
You almost need it.
Because the visibility is so fucking shit in the game right now, I will tolerate this and I will not bitch about it. I don't think there's any point for me to bitch about it because it's like, alright, the visibility is already shit and I can't see shit.
Speaking of things that are shit, real quick, while we're ranting about things that are shit as far as that goes, spotting in general doesn't happen. People don't spot enough in order to justify such a thing not happening.
Yeah,
so
they
in a
don't
way,
actually.
I feel like this is DICE's way of going, okay, well, if people aren't going to manually spot, then we're going to start making certain actions and certain things a little bit more obvious where you probably should be getting spotted anyway. I would even go into the fact and argue that a lot of people piss and moan because the Recon has the ability in order to auto-spot whoever they're shooting at. In a way, either I'm hitting the spot button while I'm firing in my brain, or the game is actually starting to spot people that I'm shooting at. I would argue in a way that as long as I'm getting fired upon, that should show up as well, which it does, actually, now that I just said it. So, yeah. It's a good thing. It's the supplement for people not pressing the fucking Q button or the bumper button. That button is really a paramount button in Battlefield. Anyway, Tom, sorry.
No, that's kind of I want to say that until they fix the visibility, while you shoot and you 3D spot it for like half a second, you know what? Fine. It's fine. But as soon as they're going to fix the visibility in the game, you know what? Fine. Remove the 3D spotting when you're shooting, because that way we can rely on the sound. I came from the generation where sound is important, and if I can tell where the shooting is coming from, like where the player is, just by the fact that I heard a gunshot coming from the left side or right side or behind me, wherever, as long as I can hear the gunshot, I will know what the enemy is. But that being said, if I see a 3D spot just because they were shooting their weapon, I think that's a bit bullshit in my eyes. But again, because the visibility is fucking garbage, I will tolerate it. But until they fix the visibility, you can keep it. But when you fix the visibility,
I look at it this way. That has happening to me in my brain canon that because somebody's mag dumping somewhere and somebody over the radio went, "Hey, somebody's mag dumping over there," and that's it. That's it.
Sure, yeah. I don't have any deep thoughts about it or whatever. I do agree that people don't really spot anymore. I don't know if it's because they don't know, or it's because they don't care, or I don't think it's that they
want to. I don't think
it's they don't. I don't think it's they don't care. I don't think it's.
The weird thing about it is it counts as an assist.
It does. You do get extra points. You do get points.
It does. You almost get enough points for you almost get enough points for a fucking kill for a spot, especially if you use the goddamn drones. So I mean, the people who break that out on Recon and actually use that thing for what it's supposed to be. I mean, hats off to you. I've turned games around myself just breaking that damn thing out and sitting at the back of the map. Hell, you've played with me and we've turned games around like a couple of times, like especially with Breakthrough and shit where you and I have played, where I'm just like, well, fuck it. Can't see exactly where they are, so I'm going to break the drone out while I can, and I get enough altitude that nobody sees it.
Yeah,
and we pushed through all of it, yeah.
Your drone was literally spotting everyone. It was like, look, all these red dots I can shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it's handy. That's the thing. When people, when there's good communication and good reconnaissance that's being done, like, and that's one of the things that kind of breaks my heart a lot about people shitting on Recon Class, because Recon Class is like one of the most powerful fucking classes if you think about it. That class has the ability in order to highlight the entire map and pretty much kill any chance you have of flanks or anything of that nature, because your UI is now full of Doritos. You know where everybody's at now. That's the point of reconnaissance. And for people to just be like, keep continually using that class as like bolt action excuses, I mean, I get that, because, you know, if you're running a drone, you should probably sit at the back of the map. I get that shit too. But I run carbines. I sneak. I run flanking routes. I'll run a drone until the battery runs out and figure out where they're primarily pushing and going, okay, there's only like 1 or 2 people going this way. I'm going this way when the drone battery dies out, and 9 times out of 10, it goes in my favor. So
Yeah.
You've watched me belly crawl to a fucking MCOM. Because I did that shit. And we managed to push through a couple of points on fucking Rush. And you were like, did you seriously? And I'm like, yeah. I literally just fucking, like, crawled from the entire north side of a map, around a vehicle, out of bounds a little bit. Nobody saw me. Nobody shot at me. I was wearing a black ghillie suit. I can't figure out how I managed to pull this off. But literally just snuck up to the objective, armed it. Suddenly, Alpha gets fucking armed, and we pushed through. Great shit. And all I did was just run a drone and went, yeah, nobody's there. Time to go.
Yeah, it's quite funny. But yeah, regarding on the spotting, yeah, I'm indifferent. I'm just like, I don't really care, honestly.
I would say don't fix that shit until people start spotting themselves. I feel like this is DICE's way of just saying, we realize you guys don't do it that often, so now there's no choice. I mean, I agree with it.
I'm guessing your most played class right now is the Recon, I'm guessing.
Yeah. If not, support is shortly there behind. But yeah, my most played class is Recon.
Try to guess mine.
I'm the guy. Try to guess yours.
Yeah.
It's probably Assault.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. It's Assault. It's fucking support.
Yeah, it's support. Dude.
Of course it is.
It's I opened my profile, right, to see. Oh, just to check my stats. So when I say that my support stats, like, you know, you can on the top right, you can
your shit
see,
is a straight line.
it's a straight line all the way to the fucking back, all the way to the line to the end, saying that you've been playing support this time.
I have at least a little triangle dealy going on.
Yeah, no, for me it's a straight line, straight as me, just it's literally a straight line, and I'm like, yeah, support. And I've seen some conversations about classes that. Like, oh, maybe we should give the medic, because some people say the support is really, really good right now, because like,
everybody runs it.
I know
unless there's a vehicle on the map, and then suddenly everybody's an engineer. It's not much different.
Would you be okay with giving the ammunitions or medbag to assault class?
What you mean? Would I be okay with BF4 classes?
BF4, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be perfectly fucking fine with that. I actually honestly can't believe that that's not how they did it in the first place. Oh, and, excuse me, sidebar as far as class gadgets go. Whomever the fucking genius was that decided to replace grenades with a Pokeball, I hate you.
Oh, speaking of
Pokeballs are fucking grenades now? No,
Ray,
bad dice, bad.
I forgot to mention to you. Yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I don't know. I want to tell you, I saw my first ever Pokeball being used. I saw someone use the Pokeball. And I was like, oh, is that a Pokeball? That's definitely a Pokeball.
I hear the dinging.
And our friendly has a Pokeball. I'm like, huh. Haven't seen that I haven't seen it ever. Like, this is the first time I see a Pokeball. And for anyone listening, thinking, what the fuck is a Pokeball? It's the Recon.
It's the throwable motion
ball.
detector.
Yeah, motion detector. Yeah, throwable ball, something like that. You just like.
So can I make my compromise real quick, Dice? I'm just begging you on this one.
So wait, it's a grenade.
It's a grenade. It's bullshit. So what I'm saying this now is.
I don't mind that.
You kind of broke my recon build though, because I need smoke grenades for my recon build to work for a good change.
Smoke's only exclusive to sport.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I run flashbangs on Recon, that's why.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because smokes only...
That being said,
I don't mind
I
that
really
actually
would-
either. Like, I know people be like, smokes... Yeah, like, no, smokes should be across all classes. You know what? I don't mind it.
I mean, I kind of want Smokes' Recon. I feel like that, like, Smokes' Recon would be kind of benefit because...
Yeah, I
especially,
guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could just... I do the Batman. Like, just... And I'm out.
Yeah.
It fucking works. It's great. But that being said, my concession as far as the Pokeballs being grenades, take that idea, throw it out the window, and instead of it replacing your grenade, it replaces the tugs. So you only get to carry one motion sensor. Because it's kind of really broken. But, I mean, you could do it in Battlefield 4. You could carry Pokeballs and the tugs at the same time if you wanted to. But it didn't really make any sense because you already had a motion detector. So now technically you're giving the Recon class 3 motion detectors because we're all forgetting about the UAV that you can deploy when your squad points are maxed out. That being said, like I feel like instead of it replacing your grenade and you don't have the ability to like flashbang or smoke, if we could have smoke, please, you'd let me now just throw a Pokeball instead of putting a tugs down. I would prefer that. I would say that would be the better balance point for me. It probably won't ever change. It would probably make me sad. And as a result, I will probably not use Pokeballs as often.
I will see. Like, I will see when... Okay, I think I'm not gonna move away from the support class until I finish the badge. That's the way I'm thinking. As soon as I'll complete the badge, I'll probably move on. Apparently, one of the challenges, you get like a better med bag that apparently gives you 20 health instantly.
The smaller bags, yeah.
That's why. Oh, that's why it is. Okay.
They're the smaller bags. You can throw them far and shit.
From what I see, they're
and
really
I
good.
liked those bags actually.
Yeah, from what I see, they're really good. So I'm like, okay.
They were really good even in BF3 and BF4.
Oh yeah.
They were technically better than a med bag because you could just throw it at people you knew need the shit and you just get the points.
In BF4, the way they did it, well, they did not have it in Battlefield 3. In Battlefield 4, they had a bigger med bag and these small pouches.
And the smaller ones, yeah.
So
they did with the ammo pouches too.
The small pouches were designed to be like the aggressive ones. Like if you're pushing and you need a quick heal and push, like it kind of ignores the suppression and everything. So, but you can only heal one player with it. So that was the aggressive version. And the med bag was the defensive one. Basically heals everyone around the area, and I think it removes like suppression or something. Like it did something. Something did that.
It's a choke point. It's a choke point device. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a choke point and a firing and a firing position point.
So it's kind of, I guess, the same idea here. Okay, so we've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes. Is there anything else like regarding the multiplayer that just you want to talk about? Something that's...
No, not really. I mean, I really need to get more time in it, and and this is, like I said, this is the reason why I think we it's good that we're taking a break for a little bit too, because I mean, things do need to cook as much as, you know, I'm. It's going to be sad that some parts of my Saturday aren't tied up talking to you lovely people for the next 2 weeks, but I mean, I'll get over it and just play some Battlefield. If you're in the Discord server, you can probably catch me there on the weekends. Yay.
We might record a Patreon episode while I'm there. So,
possibly.
Yeah.
No promises. We don't make promises on this production. Mainly because we suck at keeping them.
I'm
kidding.
I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, okay. Long story short, I'm enjoying the multiplayer. Multiplayer is really good. Loads of problems, of course. Still,
it's not perfect.
Speaking of, I you know what? Maybe I should. I don't know if I really mention. I want to mention, but because I talked about in the pre-record episode, and the Battlefield community is special, like in a bad way, because the game is so big right now, and this stupidity goes into mainstream now, and it's just all the mainstream audience look at this and like thinking, the fuck is wrong with you? And of course, I'm not gonna pick specific moments and everything. Like I think I think that someone mentioned like the perfect way to describe it. Like the Call of Duty community is toxic. But the Battlefield community is stupid. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's a perfect description, because all the stuff I read and seen from the Battlefield community is just nonsense. For example, I posted a short recently just to promote the podcast and everything, and one of them just literally just we were saying like, oh, we love the game, but there's some missing features that we wanted to see. And of course, like people just left comments on that short saying like, why are you complaining? Don't change anything. Battlefield 6 is great and everything and so on. That's what was making a funny intro at the start of this episode. It's like, yeah, Battlefield 6 cured cancer. Like, because that's how these players feel like it. Like, don't get me wrong. We're recording this
I get it, yeah.
I mean, we're recording this episode. We're happy with Battlefield 6, but we're not going to be pretending like everything is fucking rainbows and sunshine. And
Yeah, I'm not going to act
shit.
like this is the best thing since fucking sliced bread, kids.
Exactly.
It's great. I want to play it when I get home. I actively want to play the damn game. That is a good thing. As long as they keep that and they keep the engagement going, we're good. They're working on things. They're tweaking things. They're fine tuning the machine. Like they're doing what they need to do. So to their credit, to bring up the food analogies, like any good dish, it's time to let it finish cooking. I know a lot of people don't like that. Oh, finalizing video game development after it's been sold. At this point, it's a fucking normality. So we'll just let it go and just let them finish tweaking things to our taste. And when it's all said and done, hopefully we're all happy with it pretty much for the most part, just like we were with BF4, because people still play that game to this day. And that's what I hope for with BF6. And then I hope we get another one that's even better when I'm in my 40s.
But yeah, I'm enjoying Battlefield 6. Of course, like any normal human being, I have some problems with it. But you know, I'm having fun. And I can't believe it. Like, even ignoring this horrible community sometimes, that the fact we have a good Battlefield game, the first time in a decade, basically, makes me
It's
so
got
fucking
people hyped.
It makes me so fucking happy. And dude, I already told you in the DMs or something like that. Like, I'm looking forward to the Battle Royale. If it's coming this month or next month, I don't care. It's fine. I'm looking forward to the Battle Royale because from what I heard, a lot of people that play tested it are hyped, and the future looks really bright. And I want to play it. I'm really excited. You know, Ray. I'm just gonna say, like, just to end the podcast, this episode on a really good note. Just the fact our Discord, exist, and we have so many people joining and so on. Like, it's not the biggest community out there, of course, don't get me wrong, but because we have this, like, friends and everything in our Discord, and we can come online and just be in the voice chat, and anyone can join and play with us and talk to us and just play the game. Like, just the fact that we got our couple of friends from like a decade ago that we met in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 are coming back and just like, hey, you want to play? Fuck yeah, I want to play. And just the fact we can play together. Like, we haven't talked for God knows how long. And now we're just basically catching up and just playing again. And we're talking like nothing.
Like it was just yesterday that we signed off at BF4 too.
Exactly. Like nothing changed. Like, it's just, we're talking, we're interacting and everything. And it feels like nothing changed. And it's just like, that's what
like
Battlefield...
the good old days.
Yeah, that's what Battlefield 6 did. Like, I'm not gonna complain. That's one of the best things ever. Battlefield has always been a very social...
none of the other titles between then and here have been capable of doing that. The fact that old squad mates are coming out of the woodwork and stuff like that. I mean, that right there shows enough in of itself. And that's why I have my hopes for the future. As long as they continue doing what they're doing. Now, the only other thing that I'm not holding my breath on is when the real side of the monetization rears its ugly head. It's going to happen. So let's all just take a deep breath and brace ourselves. I can't even postulate where this is going to go. I could sit here and say where I would like for it in order to go, where I think it would be great for the game in order for it to go, but I would be beating a dead horse because I've said that 4 different times between multiple episodes now as far as what should be done. There's hope that platoons are coming back. That's
well,
great
they mentioned
right
it's coming
there.
back.
Yeah, there's platoons coming back. My next step is, again, where I'll still beat on that drum about spectator mode, even though at this point it feels like EA is pretty much just telling, content creators who only do like big productions and screenshots and stuff like that, you're not content creators. I'm calling that shit out. I don't even care.
Okay, do you want to talk about that for a moment?
We're not content creators, guys. Let's just say it right now. Per EA standards, we're not content creators at all. Mostly because we're not excruciatingly popular on Twitter and YouTube. Even though our Spotify numbers are pretty damn decent, I'm pretty sure our Spotify numbers would probably hit the criteria that they're talking about.
Our audio platform listeners, they're really decent.
Yeah, so it's kind of...
Sure, don't get me wrong, they could be higher. but they're really
They
good
could
numbers.
be. It would be
They're
great.
really good numbers, yeah.
But at the same time, something like a semi-endorsed creator program that could potentially help with partnerships and promotion would be great. But we'll probably never see such things because we know what they're going for. We know what they're after, but that doesn't mean we're not going to keep doing what we do.
It's pretty obvious. And also, for audio listeners or anyone just thinking what the fuck we're talking about, so basically EA announced like I don't know what to call it. It was a
creator partnership program where basically Creator
like that,
Network is not
which is different from what we're in.
Yep.
And it's basically like you have to meet a certain criteria to qualify to register. You need to have a certain number of views, certain number of followers, certain number of stats, and so on. Like basically they're looking for anyone with a following to play Battlefield 6, and if they encourage these streamers, these content creators to play Battlefield 6 and promote the game and get some exclusive rewards for themselves because they're part of the program and so on. Basically, they get more exposure. These content creators get something in return, I guess, and they get a bigger player base, which has been the whole strategy for EA since this game got announced, or even like Battlefield Labs. Like the content creators and everything, they've been part of this like for a really long time. Like in
There's
the
a
background,
fucking council of players, for God's sakes, and a lot of them
the
are
player
content
council
creators.
call it something like that. Yeah, like
and
16,
it's-
17, like the most random people. Like don't get me wrong, I know some of them. They're really nice people, and they're really nice people. Don't get me wrong. But then again, you know what? I don't care. Like I don't care if I'm not on it. That's just whatever. It's like whatever. Like.
It's one of those things where it's like it would be nice, but it's like we're never going to see anything like that, and we're not surprised by it, so we're not expecting it. Now, if it would appear out of nowhere, we'd be grateful for it. It'd be nice, but
you know what?
It's not going to change how we do anything either.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because some people's like, oh, you're part of a EA program and so on. Like, yeah, but I'm still gonna speak my mind, you know. And this is why I'm not gonna be ever gonna be a game developer, or is because I'm really opinionated and very open-mouthed. Like I don't hold it. Like if I see something bullshit, I will call it out, and people don't like that. But that's the thing. I don't like bullshit.
It's your money and your time. You're entitled.
I like it straight.
Opinionated as to far whether you feel it was a waste of your money or your time or not. That is one of your fundamental rights as a consumer. And anybody who would argue otherwise, I dare say, take a deep, hard look at possibly some of your actions and understand that you've probably been the benefactor of that basic fucking right. So that being said, I think this is where we kind of need to close this out before we ramble on for another half hour, and we lose everybody who's still listening.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't care. Also, I haven't mentioned this at the start of the episode, but I mentioned that I'm kind of changing how the Patreon ad is being displayed. You notice that I haven't asked you to do the Patreon thing. It's because I'm gonna put this at the end because I realized, you know what, all the new listeners listening to the podcast and new episodes and everything, why would they care about Patreon? If you really care about Patreon, you're gonna check out the description anyway, and if you really care about Patreon, you will hear it at the end because you listen to the full episode. So I'll add that. I actually added that ad at the end of the episode. So from now on, like for now, the Patreon ad will be at the end of each episode. So if you listen to the full thing,
breathe a sigh of relief goes over our audience as they don't have to listen to that mid-ad break anymore.
Yeah. Oh my, do it. When I check the retention levels and everything, I can just see like, 70-80% nice listening. And then it's like down. Oh, up again, back to 80. Like, okay.
That's where the Patreon spot is.
So yeah, I kind of get that a lot of people, like the new listeners especially, don't really care. So like, okay, you know what? If you really care what we do and you want to support us and everything, you'll find us in the description.
You'll find it.
And you listen to the full episode till the end. And if you really want to support us, just go to Patreon, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier, get exclusive content, all that kind of stuff, and you just support us. It helps
Speaking of community, you don't have to join all of that stuff, but at the very least, you could join our Discord. Where
at least join that Discord.
For people in order to squad up with and play BF4 with across any platform, you are welcome to come over. We're starting to grow a small community of people that play across multiple platforms. But hey, if you play across platform, doesn't really matter.
Oh
Just
yeah,
saying.
if you're console or PC, whatever. Like as long as you're nice. That's what I care about. Be nice.
No douchebags.
Yeah, no douchebags, please. Like if you're gonna be a douchebag or whatever, I'll just kick you straight away. Just don't.
We have
Be a
community
nice
guidelines and rules as far as our Discord
We
goes.
do.
That being
They're
said-
there for a reason.
That being said, so those who are amongst us, thank you very much for your time. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being a member of the community. Please like, subscribe, share, pass us around. Let us know about your friend. Talk about us to your friends. Help us out the best you possibly can, since nobody else wants to. I have been Ray, and you know who I am. I don't need to fucking say goodnight. And just joined by my buddy Tom again. You don't have to fucking say goodnight to him too. That being said, we will see you guys in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Well,
2 weeks.
If you're a public feed listener, nothing will change. You're just gonna get an episode every week. So I guess we'll see you next week.
But as far as the live listeners and everything goes, and
2
anybody
weeks,
who,
2 weeks, yeah,
and as
roughly
far
2
as
weeks.
where we come back and talk again, it's going to be a couple of weeks. So enjoy the game, have fun, guys. We'll see you out on the battlefield again. Don't forget that Discord, most important above anything and all else. Join that damn Discord, and you know who we are. Good night, everybody.
I hope the audio listener or any audience member will kiss me on the forehead as I go to sleep now.
Aww.
Good night.
It's time to tell you all about our amazing Patreon that is helping us keep the show going. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier.
But yeah, episode 47. You paid for this.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I don't care.
In my defense, I didn't know it was broken or it was going to break upon squeezing it gently. Battlefield 1 podcast was rebooted in March of 2023. We learned a lot of lessons from our previous shows that consisted of 41 episodes, and we've been building amazing foundations for the future with this current show. There's a reason why we're the best Battlefield-related podcast available on Spotify and anywhere else. We've also had the honor of being listened to by DICE, Ripple Effect, and other developers as well. Now, we want to share even more with you through our Patreon.
And I've never seen her. So I will be like crying and yelling, and I will not be the same person I am right now.
I don't think I'm ready for that kind of emotion. I know we're emotionally close and everything, but I don't think we're that emotionally close.
Yeah, that will be an experience of its own.
We want to thank everyone that has joined as a free member or subscribed to our Patreon in the last year. The support is greatly appreciated, always was, and always will be. It's amazing, and it only motivates us to continue with our Battlefield journey. By simply becoming a free member or even subscribing to any paid tier, you're not only supporting the show, but you're also getting a lot of content back in return.
Right, because Call of Duty gets so annoying sometimes, I actually got so desperate I installed League of Legends again.
Oh my god. The perks of any tier is you'll get ad-free early access to all of our future episodes. You can already listen to the previous episodes ads-free as well, simply by being a free member. There's no more waiting, no more interruptions, just pure unfiltered Battlefield content straight to your ear holes from our mouth holes and anywhere else. You know, it's amazing, isn't it? The only reason why CTE did as well as it did back in the day, guys, is because it wasn't locked down to secrecy. Those that couldn't participate were still able to see what was going on. That's the point that I'm getting at right now. We're also giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making the Battlefield 1 podcast or any other content we produce, from planning sessions to recording mistakes and everything in between. You'll get an insider's perspective on how we bring each episode to life pretty much from start to finish.
And the reason why I'm saying
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's all
Ray.
my fault.
It's all your fault, Ray. How did you ruined the whole show? We need to cancel it again.
Just gotta can it for another 8 months again. Just appear out of nowhere with
We need to
different
cancel
set
it
of
again.
colors.
Ray, what the fuck did you do?
And that's only Battlefield. We're also offering access to our exclusive Patreon podcast series, The Live Gaming Gathering. This is a show where friends and special guests get together and talk about everything from the video game industry to movies and whatever else is on our minds at that particular time. With more than 40 episodes already available, there's hours upon hours of content for you to listen to. All right, I think we need to move on because we've been kind of on this subject for about the last 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
We got a couple of things in order.
Are you feeling better now? Let this
Yes,
team off.
Yeah, you got that
I
off
do
your chest.
I do feel better. Oh no, wait, one more thing. For example, Angela.
here.
No, we were in
I'm not
discussion.
going to mention any names. Trust me, these are some of the most fun and amazing conversations we have ever had on the show. Because it's just us being us, relaxed and actually having fun. Almost like you're sitting alongside us with the conversation. Yeah.
So the reaction from the Fortnite community is like, Okay, every time we see a Cybertruck in the server, it's our mission to drop everything we're doing and send that player back to the lobby.
We also believe in keeping our patrons informed, so we post monthly recaps to let you know what you probably missed during last month's episode, and we're making sure that you're not missing anything important. Just recently, we opened a brand new Discord server where people can talk to each other and get all of the latest updates about our content or the Lanky Soldier channel. Find the link in the description of this episode or at our Patreon. No subscription needed.
You are, as a
You
player.
have been measured. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been measured.
Because we're confident that you'll love the content we're creating, we're offering a free trial that you can use at any time. We believe we're making good content that will make you stay, and we would not be offering free trials if we didn't think so.
I've seen a lot of people like literally get excited, like, you know what? This looks very familiar, clearly ripped from somewhere, but damn it, that looks good.
So, if you want to support the show and get all of these amazing extras, head on over to patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep delivering the content that you enjoy. Thank you for being part of the Battlefield community, and thank you for being a part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you on our Patreon.